Hello, everyone. My name is Liam Schwartz, and I'm a student at the University of Regina within its kinesiology faculty. My major program is going to be human kinetics. Going into my fieldwork experience, I wanted to try and focus on the area of rehabilitation and continue to gain knowledge and understanding in that area.
Due to my interest in rehabilitation, I reached out to First Steps Wellness Center in Regina, Saskatchewan. First Steps Wellness Center is a nonprofit organization that specializes in rehabilitation for individuals who have suffered from a spinal cord injury or a number of other neuromuscular disorders. The exercise therapists at First Steps Wellness Center use activity based therapy and a variety of specialized pieces of equipment like a total gym, a standing frame, and the power plate to try and stimulate and recruit muscle function above and below each individual's level of injury.
My day-to-day activities at First Steps Wellness Center often included lifting and transferring clients in and out of their wheelchairs and onto the specialized piece of equipment, as well as spotting the clients during their workouts and setting up and putting away all exercise equipment.
In partnership with First Steps Wellness Center, I also spend a small portion of my hours working with Saskatchewan Wheelchair Sports, which is another nonprofit organization that is provincial wide. The goal for Saskatchewan Wheelchair Sports is to provide and promote exercise opportunity, including sport, recreation, and fitness training, to individuals all over Saskatchewan with a mobility impairment.
The hours that I spent working with Saskatchewan Wheelchair Sports was split up between 2 evenings. On Wednesday evenings, I would help the organization run an event called Bridge the Gap. Bridge the Gap was an event for anybody with a mobility impairment to come to the Wascana Rehab Center gym and try out a few different Paralympic sports and socialize with fellow individuals who suffer from similar circumstances. The other weeknight event that Saskatchewan Wheelchair Sports wanted me to help out with was Thursday evenings, and that was coaching a youth wheelchair basketball team called the Paratroopers. The Paratroopers are a group of kids aged within the age groups of 10 to 14 that have a strong interest in playing wheelchair basketball. They did not have a coach, so I continued to fill in and step in for the role, and we practiced once a week on Thursdays at the Wascana Rehab Gym, working on skills related to wheelchair basketball. This is where my special project came to be. After talking with my executive director and supervisors at First Steps Wellness Center and Saskatchewan Wheelchair Sports, they both highlighted the need for more physical activity for individuals aged within the age group that I was coaching and that have a disability. At this age group, kids that have a disability often get isolated from recess and gym classes and lose any real desire to do any physical activity because it requires them doing something different from their peers.
My special project was going to run for 4 weeks, once a week. It was for as many of the paratroopers that were interested in it as possible. We were going to host the weekly events on Tuesdays from 5 to 6 p.m. so I could properly be supervised by another member of the First Steps Wellness staff. The entire goal of the program was to provide a fun and interesting way for the team members to find a passion in keeping up with activity and exercise. Ensuring that the kids still enjoyed the exercise activity and wanted to come back was key, so making the exercise as competition and game-based as possible was a focus while I created the program. The goal was to have First Steps and the Paratroopers potentially continuing the exercise program in partnership after I was long gone to help the team stay active and together and for First Steps Children's Program to continue to grow and develop.
Unfortunately, due to the global pandemic of COVID-19, First Steps Wellness Center and Saskatchewan Wheelchair Sports had to eliminate all unnecessary risks to the population that both organizations worked with. This included sending fieldwork students home and shutting down the weekly events. I was unable to go through with the implementation of the actual program and exercise sessions with the paratroopers at First Steps. While it was incredibly disappointing to be sent home from my placement and not be able to go through with giving the paratroopers another opportunity at physical activity, I still believe that the creation of the program was beneficial. I had to alter my learning objectives once I received placement at First Steps and Saskatchewan Wheelchair Sports, as I had never worked with the populations that is their clients. So not only learning how to design a program for individuals with disabilities, I had another wrinkle of making it kid-friendly. The special part about the paratroopers is that not all of the players have a mobility impairment, so creating a fun and exciting way to do exercises for such a different group of individuals allowed me to develop my skills in program planning for all different kinds of populations. Going forward in the future, I hope that First Steps Wellness Center and Saskatchewan Wheelchair Sports continue to partner up and have this joint position for a fieldwork student. It was an incredible opportunity that I feel very lucky to have. I hope that the next students coming after me will either continue with the idea of having an exercise program for the paratroopers at First Steps that will help First Steps continue to grow their children's program. No matter the circumstances of how my fieldwork placement ended, I feel very lucky to have been a part of both organizations.